This week we're going back to 1983. For some reason, we like these early 80s horror movies, and we're visiting a John Carpenter, Stephen King combo in the movie Christine. Nobody? Nobody?
I mean, what do you want me to say, bro? I mean, I love everything about it. I mean, but here's the question is, you know what I'm saying? I had this recollection that I was trying to figure out about cereal, you know, and I'm like, we're talking about Christine, but when I ever think of time, I think of Christine for some reason, I think of like a box of cereal, you know? So you ever like.
How do you think of a box of cereal?
Yeah. Well,
I don't get it.
I don't understand. You know, it's just the name. Whenever I've ever thought of the name Christine, I've always thought of a box of cereal.
I've never heard of a box of cereal called Christine.
Well, at least I have my coalition with my memory and cereal that we did in the last episode, the Mads.
Right.
Go back and listen to the titty remembrance on Mads. Why would the word Christine trigger cereal for you?
I don't understand it either, man. It's just been, I don't know. I mean, maybe I need to like sit down or something like that, like with somebody. Like, give me a call, or like, there's any therapists out there that can like explain to me my psychological world that I'm not understanding why, you know, the word Christine makes me think of a box of cereal.
Yes, call the number 786-763-2278 and tell Cobweb what shrink to go to about his cereal complex.
I think you're just lacking some cereal in your life.
You know what there's some lacking of?
What?
I do.
Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
Yes, castthepod.com. Really, when you go to castthepod.com, all it's going to do is take you to a link tree that has all of our other links for our social medias. Plus, there's also like a Blue Sky, and there's a Blue Sky are for the people that left X.
What?
Supposedly the actual people that were working on Twitter went and made their own thing called Blue Sky. So I went and made one of those. And then I made a Truth Media for Cast of the Pod also. Come to find out, everything in this world is political now. And I didn't know this, but Blue Sky is for people leaning that way, and Truth is made for people leaning that way. And my dumbass is just trying to make sure we got our names for social medias. So yeah, I got a message from one person that was like, I can't believe you have a Truth. I can't believe you're like that. Then I got a message from another person. I can't believe you have a Blue Sky. I can't believe you're like that. And all I know is I'm just trying to be on social media. I don't update none of those shits anyways. I don't update X. I don't update Blue Sky. I don't. So,
bro, there's so many tags out there for social media. It's hard to keep up with it. You know, there's a platform for a platform now. There's just so many, man. And you just try to reach as many. We're just trying to get people out here to hear about Cast of the Pod. Now, if you can't understand that, then you're not truly a fan of Cast of the Pod. Because I'm asking you, what are you doing for Cast of the Pod to share this podcast?
That's not what you can do for your own podcast, but what can you do? You know who we were supposed to have today? And I hadn't heard back from him.
Who?
Rob Hines.
Rob Hines? From the Hines family?
No. Rob Hines from Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. Jones Barbecue and Foot
Massage.
Right. he was supposed to be in today.
Are you serious?
The originator. The real
Maybe
guy.
next week.
Big ass truck supply.
He got to come on, man, because we still got to talk about this Christine flick.
And he's one of your Chicago people too. He was originally from Chicago.
Dude, man, it probably because he understands the concept of barbecue. And you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Women in Chicago, sisters in Chicago love foot massages. They do.
Not
Chicago
because of
loves foot
not because of
massages?
barbecue. I'm saying because his Facebook says he was from Chicago. I'm not saying because he, man,
Texas barbecue.
yeah, Chicago barbecue ain't got shit on Texas barbecue.
Okay, let me tell you why. Let me tell you what the big difference between Texas barbecue. Because you guys got that. You can go out there. You got that. You have a lot more. I guess you could say from farm to mouth concept. You know what I'm saying? Because you get your beef a lot quicker and a lot wholer than we do up in Chicago because it's got to be shipped all the way up there. So you get fresher beef, than we can, which is and you can get it at a better price because you're getting it so fresh. Ours, we got a little bit of a chain we got to get through. But once you get here, bro, let me tell you something right now. Until you had some Chicago mild sauce and some fries on some rib tips, I don't want to hear nothing you talking about, Josh.
Mild.
I don't want to hear nothing you talking about, Josh.
Mild.
Until you sit down here in Chicago and had some mild, he had you a half tip with some wings or combo with some fries. You want the mild sauce on there? I don't even want to hear what you're talking about, bro. And you got those 2 slices of bread up there. And you got the little cup of coleslaw. I don't even want to hear it.
Coleslaw.
Little cup of coleslaw.
What's wrong with coleslaw?
There's nothing wrong with
I bet you it's that milky coleslaw too, right? Not the vinegar
Bro,
coleslaw.
bro, let me tell you something right now. Don't you be talking about Chicago coleslaw. We love our coleslaw here in Chicago.
I'm sure you do.
All right. Well, people don't be playing around, man. I don't know why y'all be tripping out there in Texas, man. Like y'all got like the best barbecue in the freaking world. Just because y'all got to cook outside all the time because it's hot.
We cook outside when it's cold. We cook for breakfast or lunch, dinner.
Cold for y'all is like 60.
You walk outside the house and all you smell is barbecue.
Yes.
From my job, across the street from my place of work is a barbecue place. For lunch, I walk across the street to go get me some barbecue. It's like 6 a.m. and we smell barbecue.
What the hell is going on out there?
We got mesquite trees. I got 1 mesquite tree and 2 pecan trees in my yard.
How do you even cut the grass?
With a lawnmower?
I mean, with the pecan tree, don't those things fall on the grass and like shoot every goddamn where?
That's why you pick them up and eat them.
That's a very wise man.
Your hot dogs, Chicago hot dogs, whatever. I ain't gonna argue.
Yeah, those are good.
But
y'all got that deep dish pizza and all that, but barbecue.
Don't try to claim barbecue.
Nah.
Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Let me tell you something that Chicago got on lock too. Listen to me. We got popcorn on lock. Chicago has popcorn on lock. We got our own style of popcorn. You know what I'm saying? That Chicago Midwest style. The half cheddar, the half caramel corn. That's originated from Chicago, bro. Have you had that?
Yes.
Right. Where'd you have it from? You ain't have it from Garrett's.
Had it from
you know what else y'all have in Chicago?
What?
Jesse Sommelier. Juicy Sommelier.
Look, why you gotta bring that? Why you gotta bring up old shit? Why you gotta bring up old shit?
You can
enough of this territorial conversation.
Right. We don't want to go there, Josh.
You win with the Juicy Sommelier. We'll keep our barbecue here.
We gonna wait till you get to Chicago, man. When I take you out to go get you, when I take care of y'all. Just wait. It's gonna be popping.
Man.
Nope. Barbecue stays in Texas. We got it here. For weddings,
I mean, if we were gonna,
let me tell you something. No, Deborah,
Kansas City and Texas, Kansas City and South Texas for barbecue. Okay, yeah.
Y'all sauce ain't good though. You can cue all that junk up all you want, but y'all don't know nothing about no barbecue sauce.
Yes,
for our barbecue.
For real barbecue from down here, you don't even need sauce.
I understand that. But let me tell you something. There's nothing like some barbecue rib tips smothered in barbecue sauce with them fries underneath it. And you got them fries and you got that barbecue sauce on that mild sauce.
Potato
and you
salad.
got them 2 slices of bread underneath it like that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. You don't know.
You don't even know how to eat brisket or barbecue. You put the French fries. Why do you have French fries?
underneath.
Why would you not have? Why would you have French fries with rib tips? I'm trying to understand what world are we coming from? I
What are you talking
mean,
about?
rib tips and French fries with barbecue sauce is a winner. Rib tip
No, you get
dinner.
Mexican rice, and beans,
Mexican rice with some rib tips.
potato salad.
Deb, they have
Nobody
rib
eat
tips.
no Mexican rice
Deb,
with no
they
rib
have,
tips.
They have rib tips up there, which are like the burnt ends that we got in Kansas City, which is the whole bunch of the end pieces that aren't good enough to be considered brisket. It's just the whatever. So that's the yeah.
You should show him the picture of the ribs we just ate.
Oh my God.
Oh, please. You did not see my Easter I did send you guys that picture of that prime rib.
It looked good, but I wasn't impressed.
What?
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm good now.
Lunch and dinner.
All right, ladies and
Deb
gentlemen,
hit the gas
Cobweb
on
has
that one.
just left the building. I'm sorry.
Deb
Cobweb is out of the house,
you call that
baby.
barbecue? She gave it the gas right there, man.
She gave me the gas face, dude. She gave me the
1983
gas face.
Christine. A nervous boy buys a strange car with an evil mind of its own, and his nature starts to change to reflect it. That's kind of simplistic, if you ask me.
True that.
Let's see what the people said. Oh, shit, the people said a book. Mitchell
Justifiably so.
McCreath said, in September 1957 in Detroit, a red 1958 Plymouth Fury is built and the cause of 2 accidents, one of them fatal, still on the assembly line. 21 years later, the outcast is a bullied nerd, Arnie Cunningham, is getting a ride with his best and only friend, Dennis Gilder. And some people had to put way too many fucking words. And
First
he
and
said
last
the red
name.
car for sale in the garden. Arnie immediately falls in love with the car. The car is given the name Christine by the first owner. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Mitchell McCreath, you're too wordy. Too long. Did not read. TLDR.
Lost me in the second sentence.
Right?
No, but I mean, some people write a book and all that, and it's all whatever. This person's trying to be like, look, I'm a writer. If you're a real writer,
got
you
a
ain't
book.
putting shit in MDib.
And let me tell you something. None of these MDibs should be no more than 3 to 4 sentences long. 4 or 5 tops.
Right. Agreed.
Okay. If you write anything over 4 sentences, you need to explain yourself a little bit more in better detail, my friend.
Go write a script. Don't be writing MDib. Those are the same people that go in and write. What is that? What Yelp? Those are Yelp people.
Oh yeah,
Yelpers.
Yelpers.
You know who only reads Yelper
I didn't
shit?
like your barbecue sauce. You're going to get a 2-star on Yelp.
Only people that like Yelpers are listen to Yelper shit are the other Yelpers.
Yep.
Right.
Smoking their own exhaust.
Gas face.
And
The gas face,
I'm
baby.
giving you, you're losing a star, buddy.
Oh
the fuck out of here. Real people do Google reviews.
no.
Bruh,
That's where the real people are.
Tell me, you know what? I love this movie, Christine, for so many reasons. Why? Because this is one of my favorite Stephen King books of all time. It
I thought
really
you were
is.
going to say because it reminds you of cereal.
No,
And I
no,
love
it
cereal.
does. But the book is a very good book. This is one of my favorite ones. This is one of the ones that really got me with Stephen King, that really locked me in, to his writing.
Oh, as I was doing the social media things, signing up for so we could have social media accounts on everything, right?
Right. What happened?
Man, I don't even want to say, because then people are going to think I'm going one way political, that way or this way or whatever.
Man.
I want to say it. I love Stephen King books. I love Stephen King movies. Right?
Okay.
Yep.
But I love wrestling, right? I don't need to hear anybody in wrestling tell me shit about politics.
Yep.
And I don't need Stephen King to tell me shit about politics. And here I went to go look for some juicy, not juicy sommelier. I was looking for some juicy stuff to put on here on today's pod on Stephen King stuff, and like 90% of his stuff for the past like 3 years is all politics. I'm like, really, guy?
I've seen that a lot quite with him. He's been getting into that a little bit more and commenting about stuff like that. You know, me personally, man, you know how I feel about politics, bro. It's just a divisional way to pull us apart as people.
On purpose.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what the aliens put it there for us, bro. It's the equal divide. It's just set up for a division. Off the jump, it's a setup, something to divide us, you know, as a people in this country. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. That's the problem. It's nothing.
I'm sorry.
Nothing to bring us together.
Exactly. I agree. Talking about 40 years ago, talking about 1983, I just saw a reunion of the Breakfast Club.
Nice. Oh, you saw that?
Yes. And at the end of the reunion, they asked him if there was one thing that they could give or change back to the 80s. Right?
What was it?
And I think it was, no, not Molly Ringwald. What's his name? Judd
Nelson.
Judd Nelson. He said he wishes, politic-wise, that the left and the right can learn to live with each other. Like they could argue back in the 80s, but they didn't automatically hate everything about each other.
This is very true. Because I remember that too. Because when we were growing up, it wasn't this supercharged like this. You know, I think that maybe social media has something to do with it a little bit more. And I think that this thing of division is a little bit easier, more manipulative, that these aliens have figured out ways to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they want to control us. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that you can do. That's the easiest way to control somebody is through their politics, because sometimes your politics can go in deep into your own fashion, your own beliefs, into, you know, what you believe in God and your religion and everything else like that. Because they try to tie all that stuff together, but they keep them separate. But that's just some bullshit. It's just they want to perpetrate it to with the others.
Let's quit talking about this scary shit, this politics stuff and our human brains. Let's go into the supernatural horror movie, Christine. So, you know, not scary stuff.
Box of cereal?
Yeah.
I still don't get it.
1983, R-rated, 1 hour and 50 minutes. 2 hours long, this
Didn't
movie.
even feel like that
No,
long.
man. Directed by John Carpenter, written by Stephen King and Bill Phillips. Stars Keith Gordon, John Stockwell, and Alexandra Paul.
Who was that?
That was the girlfriend.
Oh, she was cool.
So in the book, she was supposed to be blonde, and she was supposed to have some tiggle bitties, according to the book.
He like went in depth.
Yeah, that was another Stephen King thing. That was.
We're going through the book,
And it was like, Dennis has a nightmare about Arnie's car that first night.
Oh,
right?
man.
And he wakes up from the nightmare and he starts talking about how his pubic hair is hanging out of his pajama pants. And Stephen King is describing teenage pubic hair. And I'm like, really, Stephen King? Is this necessary for the...
He wrote a lot of this stuff back in the... Yes, for him it was at that time. His detail-oriented mind was a little bit wild on that shit. But, bro...
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a thing. I think people overlook this. Christine has been popped up in other Stephen King books, too.
Yeah.
I believe Christine was also in It. He was in It.
Christine was in it.
Yeah.
Yes. That's how Harry Bowers, he escaped eluded the police. Christine picked him up and gave him a ride.
Even though it makes no sense for the character or anything like that, Stephen King was just like, hey, this is one of my shits. Let me put it in this other shit.
Yeah, well, he had the characters driving it, the car, Christine, but the car was there. That's what they wrote in.
I wonder how many of our pod people have not seen Christine, the movie Christine.
That's a good question, and we have a lot of new listeners too. So I don't know if they have listened to Christine. I watched it or something else like that. The movie.
If you haven't seen it or if you haven't gone through the book, it shows this movie just like the MDiv said, right off the assembly line, which kind of doesn't say that in the book, right? That there was an incident on the assembly line.
I don't remember. It might have, but this dude was a sick motherfucker any goddamn way.
So in the book, it's one guy, and in the movie, it's him and his brother.
Right. In the movie, it's him. And he had
a wife and he had a daughter. He had an unborn child.
They all died in Christine.
Yeah.
The wife miscarried in the book. This is in the book. She miscarried in the car, and then she unalived herself in the car.
And then the 5-year-old daughter.
And the 5-year-old, yeah.
And he still wouldn't get rid of that car. And he still wouldn't get rid of that car.
And in the book, he didn't die until after he sold the car to Arnie. But in the movie,
he had already died. He
unalived himself the same way the wife did, and his brother was selling the car.
Right.
So it makes more sense in whatchamacallit?
Well, it makes sense in both.
Well, in the movie it's possessed by the soul. It has darkness and evil to it, but the actual possession is the brother in the movie, the one that unalived himself. That's what brought it. It was more like
that doesn't make any sense though, Josh, because that car already. If that was the case, then why would the car killed his wife and child?
That's why I'm saying it was a cursed object at first.
It was really cursed.
It couldn't possess anybody or anything like that. The daughter died of heat exposure. The miscarriage might have just been a miscarriage. Maybe that's what triggered the badness.
Wasn't it something with carbon monoxide or something like that, where the wife killed herself?
That's how she unalived herself. She put a tube on the thing, led it over to the other thing, and got midsummer.
Unalived himself.
Yep,
the same way.
Midsummer.
Man, that junk was crazy, right? That car was messed up, bro. That car was messed up for real. And you know what was tripped out about it? Because they showed, that one part in the flick when they were talking about Christine, when they were showing him, like, he was like, show me what you got and stuff like that. And it was like putting itself back together, in front of him. What was tripped out is because he started turning him back to like old dude that sold him the car and stuff like that. He started like having traits like him.
Well, he gets possessed by him. He's literally possessed by him. That's why he starts saying shitter.
Yeah, shitter a lot,
That's what LeBay was calling everybody. Are you a shitter? You one of those shitters? And then all of a sudden now Arnie's saying.
Right, because in the book, I think that he pushed that's how he hurt his back. Because he was pushing the car backwards around the track. Out in the back of where they was repairing it, and as he pushed the car backwards, it started to repair itself. That's some Ferris Bueller shit.
Ferris Bueller?
Right. You don't remember Ferris Bueller when they was talking about how they was going to reverse the mileage by going reverse?
But that's not why he was pushing it backwards. He was trying to get...
You got me all kinds of confused in this
discombobulated
episode. I'm like,
can't
what?
get enough sugar.
I don't think
of
Ferris Bueller or cereal when I think of Christine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. I do.
Or the only thing was what's his name's dad's car red.
Yeah, the Ferris Bueller, the Ferrari was red.
That's the only thing I can put together. Look, it's red, just like Christine.
This was sometimes 1957, sometimes 1958. You can tell by the V on the grill on the front. The 58 had the V, and the 57 did not. By the way,
really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you can see that in both. When he first got the car, it didn't have the V.
A lot of people, because they used 57s and 58s on set. Because they destroyed so many in this movie, that's what raised the value of them. Because I think it was like 80 or 60 or 80 different Plymouth Furies that they destroyed. Only 2 actually made it off. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That had to get kind of expensive.
Not really. If you're buying them for scrap and you're just using them for set pieces and using them to set on fire and.
Yeah, bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Man,
let me.
so this guy and his friend, right? And this is back in the day when there could be a jock friend and then a nerd friend. So it's a jock friend and the nerd friend. Oh my God, labels. And and labels get along. Oh my God. So the nerd friend gets pushed around in every aspect of his life, all his life. And one day they're just driving and he happens to see this car from the corner of his eye. He falls in love with the car instantly. Something grabbed onto his soul and pulled him towards the car.
That's because he was at his lowest point because of that fight that he had at school that day.
Yeah,
with all boys and stuff like that.
That's another thing that was different in the story. In the book, at the end, they follow the car to the airport and trash the car. They don't go over to Darnell's.
Right.
They actually, whatchamacallit, Rippington actually worked at Darnell's in the book.
Yeah, because his mother was tripping because she wouldn't let him keep the car at the house at all. They were like, that's the one thing in the book. You can sense it a little bit in the movie, the tenseness that they had as a family when he started getting his independence from his mother, because that's what it was all about for him, was to get his independence, because his mother had him on lock, but once he started getting that independence and getting his own car, it just threw a wedge like nothing. And Christine already had their hooks into him already tight, with the possession. And it was just like hell, man. Those arguments that they had in the book were some hardcore shit for real.
In the book and in the movie.
Yeah,
both.
the movie were.
The mom was one of these, it's my way, it's only this way, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't make any sense, it's still my way, that's it.
Right. And the dad, he couldn't really say nothing.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, because the dad, he was the one that told him to park it down at the airport.
They were both college professors. Very,
Mom
very,
and dad?
Yeah. And they both had to, they were worried about their appearance. We don't want that in the yard. We don't want this in our house. We don't whatever, blah, blah, blah.
I bet you they're the ones that started
completely different. Started what?
What do you call them in the neighborhoods? The
HOAs.
HOAs.
I hate those people.
Yes.
Hey, didn't him and his dad get into it or something like that? And he pushed his dad up against the wall or something else like that?
I thought he choked him out.
Did he do that in the book too?
I know. I think he choked him out in the book. In the movie, he pushed him against the wall.
Jeez, man, that shit was fucking crazy, bro. Christine destroyed that whole family.
So, for those of y'all that haven't seen it, as we're still talking about it, where's the time? Where is my time? 27 minutes into it. You find out the car is possessed, and it's making the nerdier guy into a cool guy, a cool evil douchebag guy. And the jock friend and the nerd's new hot, quote unquote, hot girlfriend, who in the book they have a little rendezvous together themselves, but they don't show that in the movie. Go to try to save him, and unfortunately, the moral of the story is you can't be cool or a douchebag, because then you end up dead. That's Christine in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, man. Because he was living his good life, but them mugs right there. Let me tell you something right here. Stephen King has a knack for finding these goof truths, because these fools was almost like the same fools that was in what movie did it remind me of? What was the one with the chick with the telekinesis?
Firestarter.
Not Firestarter. Carrie.
Right?
Well, they both actually, one had pyrokinesis and the other one had telekinesis. Yeah.
Right. It was almost like the same type of concept of the assholes of high school kids.
Well, that's how all movies were. Look at Weird Science, look at Breakfast Club, look at 16 Candles. You had the different groups. And they still have it now. They just act like they don't have that, like they don't judge. They act like they don't label. They just have different labels now. That's all.
Right.
Man.
They got these kids that think I'm here to go, I'm woke.
No, don't use that word. Don't use that word, because some people will say it's this way. We're not going left or right or center or anything like that. Hey, I'm just.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Go talk to anybody wants to know about that. Go talk to Erykah Badu. Okay. Okay, she actually coined the phrase back on her album for the first time that was ever heard of or anything else like that. She spoke it out. So I'm just saying, if you want to know, because everybody want to say like what it means, but if you want to know, go listen to Erica.
Bro. Team FTK, because in my old ass age, right? Have you seen now? They're talking about, man, this motherfucker's crashed out. They're using other words besides motherfucker. This blah 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 crashed out. This blah 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 crashed out. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about people losing their shit and going crazy. Crashed out. Back in my day, crashed out means you're going to sleep. I'm gonna crash out.
Night night. Go make me scared.
Yeah, but now they say crash out because you're going crazy.
Remember our day when you were going crazy? Our day in our cartoons when you going crazy, they hold over like a picture with like a screw and a ball.
Screwball. Did you hear the voice that came out?
I did hear that. What was that?
That was the old guy from Weird Science. When he's like, he went crazy insane. Crazy insane. I went crazy insane for this whatever bitch. And she kicked me in the nuts. In the family jewels.
I love this science.
That's crazy insane. You remember that old guy?
Yes, I do, man. Old and crazy, bro.
He doesn't even have a license, Lisa.
I should just use this voice from now on. This is
for the rest of the pod. While we talk about Christine.
Welcome to the pod of the cast of the pod.
I know, right?
Let's go into the section where we talk about the craziest kills. Ooh, oh fuck, that hurts.
I know. I was like wondering how long you was going to keep that up for a while.
Deb, what's your favorite? Deb's over here coughing, and I'm the one doing the voice. What's your favorite kill? What part crashed out to you? Crashed out, crazy insane.
Crazy insane. I love that movie.
Deb,
what?
What was your favorite?
Oh, you're telling me. I thought you were telling.
I'm telling us.
Let me see.
I'm just gonna go since y'all are over here thinking.
Okay.
What? I'm already ready. You didn't ask me. You didn't ask me.
Waiting.
He said he was
okay.
talking
Go ahead,
to
Cowboy.
us.
My favorite. I'm sorry. My favorite part was the scene. It was the scene when Christine was chasing that one kid. I think it was the hitchhiker or something like. It was after the No, it was after the what's it called, the gas station scene when it's like driving down the street and it's like on fire and it's chasing them and shit.
Oh my god,
that is the shit. That is so terrifying.
Because Christine goes after, hits the first guy that boom just plows through one guy, and then the other guy gets caught. Whenever Christine ran into another car,
she'd get stuck.
Would get stuck to that car. Anyways, so and then it blows up inside the gas station, which kills the other guy. Because you had the fat friend, the skinny friend, and the Jewish friend, and then the John Travolta bully. So Christine takes out all the friends, and then the main problem maker, the one that pulled out a knife on everybody, he's the John Travolta looking guy. And he already busts out, just left all his friends behind and everything like that.
It's all running.
And so Christine backs out of the gas station on fire. Talking about a real flame job, not the 1957. A lot of people thought Christine was a 1957 Chevrolet, but that's neither here nor there. And then just in the darkness, they lit. You could tell that they were using the fire gel on the hood and all that. Like if you go back and look at the DVD version, the Blu-ray version, you can see the fire gel. It was still badass because the only light on Christine was the flames and the headlights on Christine in the darkness. And then it's chasing after, what is his name? Buddy Ripperton?
Yeah.
It's chasing after him. And you don't even see Christine hit him. All you see is Christine go by the camera in the darkness. And then there's a flaming body just boom there. Oh. So you don't get the big or the you just see darkness and boom. Yeah, no boom boom or anything like that.
Oh, dude, man. Hey, wasn't the big main bully? Didn't he play in? Maybe I'm getting it mixed up. But didn't he play in Nightmare on Elm Street?
William Ostrander. Let's see.
Right, I thought he played on
known
Elm
for
Street.
Christine, Mulholland Drive, North and South. He was the voice of Taro in Blood and Ice. Wow.
Okay.
Knots Landing, Red Heat. No.
I
Nope.
got him mixed up
Somebody
then.
else. He was in Touched by an Angel.
Never
He got
seen it.
touched by Christine.
Christine is some scary shit, bro.
I have a question though.
Oh shit! Here we go.
So
Oh,
after
snap.
that, when Christine goes back to Darnell's and parks herself in her spot, why did he have why did he was like, I know he was protecting Christine for Arnie, so he thought somebody was inside Christine. Well, after touching the door,
The door
and
handle.
you see that it's like the flames had already, so you could tell that it was burnt. Why would you sit in the car? Why would you sit in the car knowing that it was all burnt?
Not yeah.
I don't know, Deb.
They didn't have Teslas back then. They didn't have auto drive vehicles, Google cars, or anything like that. And you see this car pull into your junkyard. Oh, hold on, wait.
That's what it sounded like.
Pulls into your junkyard, goes in, backs into the slot. You go up to it, it's smoking, it's burnt. You touch it, burn your hand. Then you open it and you see nobody in there, and you don't do like Scooby-Doo and go ghost.
It's the
And then
oh.
stand up in the air and your feet go make that little sound effect.
I want to have. It's this they just don't want to believe it, Josh. They have it's truly disbelief. You know, the people don't want to believe in the supernatural. They don't want to believe that what they're actually seeing is actual reality.
As a heavier person myself, as a high caloric individual.
High caloric.
Dude, that's what they're saying now. You can't call fat asses. You got to call fat people.
What the
I'm a
fuck
fat
does that
person.
mean?
You got to call them the high caloric individuals. Next thing you know,
I'm sorry, but we don't mean to offend people. People of weight.
of,
The fuck.
Well, I identify.
I don't
as
like caloric. I don't like caloric because it sounds like
High
too much like
caloric
colonoscopy or whatever. What is it? How you say? Colonoscopy.
high
or whatever.
caloric individual. No, but as a fellow fat ass, you know, I was personally offended when when fat ass Darnell got into the car, and what does bitch ass Christine do?
He just squishes him.
I got a friend named Bonnie Maroney. She's as skinny as a stick of macaroni, calling him fat to his face as she brings the seats up.
Oh my god.
Think about that.
That's when they was making them runs at Christine, bro. Christine
Yeah.
wasn't down with that because that's what they was doing in the book. 'cause
Just get the fuck off of me.
Yeah, fat motherfucker, high caloric ass, old motherfucker.
No, this was back in the 80s or whatever that we.
Oh, you can still say fat ass.
Yeah, she's like, get off.
Yeah, you can
fuck
still say
off of me,
fat
fat ass.
But each song that she played, okay, so that's another thing. So I know we had the AI scripting and all that, right? So I didn't bring out any of the scripting, but it
word?
does have this over here. It wants us to go into, was Christine a guy or a girl? And I'm like, Chat GPT, we can't be talking about shit like that no more.
What the fuck? I mean, like, are we serious right now? This is where we're at.
Everybody knows
That she's a girl.
that every car a guy owns,
It's a woman.
be they straight or not, their car is a woman.
Right.
Be they straight,
Is
be they
this
not,
wrong
whatever,
for us to
not
think like this?
straight or whatever, their vehicle is a woman.
Have we been thinking wrong all this time, Josh, because of our minds? Have we been programmed to think this way?
I don't know.
I don't either, and I don't give a shit. It's Christine.
Oh.
It's Christine.
So, period.
Right.
Christine identifies as a car. So,
A female car.
so going back to the script of
It
the
is
AI
better.
part, and going back to the script of the AI part, it says suggested segments, ride or die moment. Each host picks their favorite scene where Christine goes full psycho. Then debate which one is really showed her personality the most. Bonus if Cobweb trashes the ending again like he did with The Hitcher. And Chat GBT be listening.
What? I
don't
didn't
know,
try to hit you, did I?
I've got to go back and listen to it because Chat GBT thinks you did.
Well, you
Chat
know what, chat?
GPT, whatever it's called, likes to pick on Cobb a lot.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Because you know what? Because I ruffle the feathers. You know what I'm saying? I'm a habitual feather ruffler.
Ruffler. Mark Ruffler.
You know what? Going off subject, we
Oh,
were talking
shit.
about Christine calling Darnell fat ass. You know how Cobb said Christine makes him think of cereal? We're
Right.
talking about fat ass. I popped in my head.
Oh, shit.
Remember on Stand By Me? When they were having that
Pie eating
pie
contest.
eating contest, and that fat kid came up on the steps, and there was all boom, boom, boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
Smart ass.
Yeah.
and then he would stop and look, and they would all turn around. That's how no safe space you had back then. You were fat.
Hey, I just wanted to bring up as it caught the corner of my eye. If anybody wants to send me some $2 bills, I'm collecting.
Oh
them.
wow! I haven't
I've
seen
been
one of those in a
collecting
while.
them. Look, here's a red note $2 bill. And
Nice,
yeah.
dude. I used to get one of those every year for my birthday from my grandmother.
My grandmother would send me my great grandmother would send me $2 bills.
What
And
was
my
up with
dumb-
grandparents
my
and
dumbass-
giving out $2 bills to their grandkids? I don't understand. What was
My great grandmother just sent me clowns.
clowns?
Y'all got money, I got clowns.
That's where you got the
Scary
one like
clowns.
the poltergeist clown.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I can
Okay.
deal with it.
So the next segment that ChatGPT wants us to do is to pit Christine against other haunted vehicles or machines in horror.
Hmm. Okay.
It says maximum overdrive. Ooh, the alien
Mhm.
infected machines.
Yep.
The death proof car, which is a cursed and rigged stunt car.
I need to watch
Right.
that again. I don't kind of
The
remember.
car, which is the horn that we used to use.
Yes.
And maybe even more chaotic, darker, and more evil, the most possessed car of all time. Herbie the Love Bug.
Oh my god. Yes. Wait. There was another one. What was that other one they had with the brother that got killed back in the day? It was an '80s flick or
Knight
something
Rider.
like that. Huh?
Knight Rider
Not Knight Rider.
My writer was possessed.
by
No, it
Mr.
was
Feeney.
programmed.
By Mr. Feeney. You know that, right?
What?
The voice of Kit was Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World, the principal.
I never watched that show.
Which one?
You never watched Knight
Billy's
Rider?
World. I never watched Billy's
Well,
World.
if you see Mr. Feeney, you'll know him. Oh no, what was the other movie you said? Brother got what?
I'm trying to figure out his brother died or something like that, and he came back to, and it was take out
Wraith.
everybody or something.
The Wraith.
Wraith.
The Wraith.
Yeah.
Dude, let's do that movie next week. We're doing haunted cars. Next movie coming up. What do y'all think? Unless y'all have something else y'all want to do.
Haunted Cars Month? I'm digging it. Every episode for the next month will be about haunted cars.
I don't know
Well-
about this month shit, but at least 2 in a row.
It's just like, let's reel it
Have
in,
we done
Cobweb. Let's
Maximum
just
Overdrive?
reel it in.
we've done Maximum Overdrive.
Right. We got to find another. Somebody come out there who's ever out there in Club 3P, nominate a movie for a
Haunted.
horror movie with a killer car in it. Something with a haunted car or something, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Haunted vehicle.
So what would be a good battle? And see, that's not the Nene. Nene, if you're listening, I know you like doing the whole versus thing. And I know you're very shy and you don't want to come out on the pod. You don't even want to record your audio only. You don't even want to write notes about it, but you've donated all these movies and all that shit. But what verses would be a good verses with Christine?
Yeah.
I can see
Crystal,
the truck.
you too.
fast-
You, Crystal, you
maximum
too.
overdrive.
I could too. Trying to compete against Control.
That Herbie the Love Bug is kind of scary though, because
Chat
they knew
TV.
that go. They knew that. What about Speed Buggy?
But that's a cartoon.
Hey, it's haunted, bro. It was
The little train that could.
Speed buggy.
right.
Damn, that voice hurt worse.
What was that train and shit? You know, the
The little
kids
train
too
that
that was
could.
alive and shit. What was,
Thomas the fucking train engine.
That was fucking scary.
Have you seen the pictures of what Thomas's whole body would look like without the train around him? And it looked, man.
you was scared of Thomas the Train?
Yes, his face on the train. That was
Right.
scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't get on that thing.
I
That was
wouldn't either.
terrifying. I don't
Man.
get it. I don't get it. You know, the stuff that we used to do when we were kids is just insane, man. You know,
I didn't
growing
do
up in the
nothing.
70s
Didn't
and
do
the
nothing.
80s,
There wasn't any proof it didn't happen.
I used
man,
to
growing
wake
up in the
early in
70s and the
morning.
80s, man, it was crazy. I was telling my wife the other day about this lawn dart fight that I was in when I was a kid.
Lawn
You know,
darts.
Yes. Yes.
Bro, I had 3 of them that I got at a garage sale. I never had the whole kit with the box with the target and the little loops and all that shit, but I had 3 of those fucking shoom, throw them up in the air and run.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had one. I remember at our family picnic, we had a dart fight. You know, the kids, we started having one, right? And I'm sitting up there thinking, like, you know, this isn't really cool. So I'm not really trying to throw it and hit anybody with it, you know, because I'm like, hey, if I'm going to throw it, I'm going to throw it near your feet or somewhere or something else like that. So I'm not going to hit you. But I got hit in the stomach with one. And
Ow.
it didn't feel good at all.
So for those of y'all that don't know what a lawn
Used
dart
to have
is,
croquet.
picture a dart, but about a foot tall and wide, and the fins slide up and down on it. So you would throw the fins to the front of it, hold the back of it, and then chunk it. And when you chunked it, the fins would go backwards, so it would fly in an arc. But I mean, that shit weighed like a pound.
Yeah. I got lucky.
Throw them at each other.
And, well, you weren't supposed to throw them at each other. You were supposed to put circles down further in the yard, or put the
Yeah,
box
right.
at the target or whatever, and then kind of just chunk it a little bit and hope that it went over there. But when you bought it at a garage sale and it didn't have the
Come on.
instructions, and you didn't like all the other kids in the neighborhood, what you would do is just hold it and fucking chunk it as hard as you can straight up, and then nobody look, and then you'd stand there and wait to see who would move first.
Fuck that.
Whoever moved first, you just beat them up.
The arrow now
I think
goes.
that's
Wasn't
what
that
you
like an
used to do.
episode of The Sopranos or some shit? When it was shooting that arrow in the air. The
I've
arrow
seen
not
people-
knows where it goes.
I've seen people do that with crossbows, with those little shit arrows. Yeah, you can kill somebody with that. But we had that jart, and we do that. And you stand there, you see who's the chicken first, who's going to be the first one to leave.
And you would
It'd
beat
be
up
me.
the person that would leave.
Yep.
I wouldn't even be there.
There-
Okay,
there
so
used to
I
be a
wouldn't even
game-
participate.
There used to be a game called Smear the Word That Rhymes with Smear, and that word at that time starts with a Q.
Not
I
deer.
for the straight guy. The what?
Oh, I thought you said deer.
No, smear the whatever.
Okay.
Right? And when that word was used that way, it was for the odd person out, because that word used to mean strange, different. That's odd. Not the way that it's used now. So when I've heard people talking about that, and they're like, "Oh, were they talking about these people?" No, they were talking about the odd person, the different person at the time, and that's what it stood for.
Deal
So,
with it,
but
man.
We
were
would play
brought
the
up in a
lawn
different
dart
time.
version with it, dude. And I always, that was my what I was scared of. I thought it was going to come down and hit me right in the trap or right here on the side of the neck. That was my nightmare. That it was always gonna, but I wasn't gonna be the first one to run though. Fuck that shit.
You did not. You never. Why would you? Wait. Okay. Let me tell you something. If that was the case, why even go over there and participate?
It was my yard. It was my jarts.
It was like, it was my idea.
Yeah.
So it was your idea to do this crazy ass shit?
I was the one throwing it in the air.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you something right now, Joshua.
Team FTK. Back then, even when I was a K, FTK.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I no, we ain't playing. I wouldn't even go over your crib no more, bro. Y'all motherfuckers over there playing jarts and throwing them in the air and hitting motherfuckers and shit. I wouldn't even be coming over to your house no more.
Well, see, then when people became the weirdos that wouldn't come around no more, that gave you more reason to. Here go the dogs. That gave you more reason to, when you saw them, you'd be like that.
See, Josh, this is the simple reason why, man. Because if like, I'm glad that what I'm saying, because I know that you're a brother now, because you did the analysis, what I'm saying. But if I would have came to your house, and y'all was doing that shit, I'd have been like, I left, but I'd be like, that's some white people shit down the street, man. I was like, nah, man, I ain't fucking with it. But I know that's my brother, from one brother to another. I guess black people do that shit too, so.
Recently I found out, besides my genetic testing with my 2% coming from Africa, I found out another reason on how I can identify, because now you can identify as everything, how I can identify as a black person. I found out how.
Wait, what'd you say?
What?
No. You said that shit real quick, motherfucker. What the fuck you just say?
I didn't hear nothing.
Rewind it back. Deb, get the special effect.
I'm looking for the rewind. I got a record scratch.
Pues órale, rewind.
Pues órale. No, I'm being sarcastic because you always see these memes, right? And the memes are like, only black people know about this, and then it's fried bologna.
Okay.
And it's like no, that's not an only black people thing. Fried bologna, whatever. But I saw one the other day, and it said only black kids in the late 80s, 90s had this shirt. And it was Taz and Bugs Bunny wearing jerseys with baggy pants and all that, crossed arms.
True.
No.
I had that shirt
had
too.
the shirt.
So apparently, the 2% jumps up to like 84%. Because if that's what it verifies, And the funny thing is, I went there and commented. I was like, apparently owning this shirt verifies the 2% I got from Ancestry.com. And then I put a black power fist on the comment like that. I got like 87 loves, hearts on it.
Brother, they're doing it. Representing for the culture.
Hey, I have more percent than you.
Yeah, Deb's like 2.5%.
No,
Are you serious? My sister.
Yeah,
know, because Deb the motherland.
Man, we cut into all this. Doesn't even give us time to talk about all the stuff that ChatGPT wanted us to talk about.
What? Because we still haven't even gave the ratings and stuff like that, and you guys keep not giving me this stuff so I can sign up for this thing for my ancestry so I can get this shit figured out.
I sent it to you.
We sent
You have
the
never
thing,
sent
bro.
it to me.
I did. I put it in the group.
Damn.
What? All you have to do is go to the website, and then it has on there the link for you to get it.
I guess so. It's just so hard.
What was your favorite song in the movie?
I'll forever love you.
Oh,
I don't even remember, dude. You know which was the one when Christine was choking old girl out in the car and shit. We had the music playing and shit.
You're mine.
Oh yeah.
And we belong.
Richie Valens.
together.
Richie.
Ooh.
Not my Richie,
bro.
Bob. Not my Richie.
Eddie Guerrero, Selena, and Richie Valens. You don't fuck with those people, especially down here in South Texas.
Hey, big shout out to Dominic Mysterio, brother, man. Way to go, Dirty Dom at WrestleMania, brother. I gotta send a shout out to Dirty Dom, man.
120 pounds wet, fucking mullet having. Congratulations, champ. Congratulations. Fuck that
Congratulations.
guy. Fuck that
Congratulations.
guy. The only
I didn't go
only
to-
father and son combo to win the IC belt at WrestleMania. Fuck that guy.
Man, please. Man, hey, you know what? It's going to be even tighter, though, because you know what?
When he loses it.
Well, no, they said that they bought that AAA wrestling or something like that. Luchador AAA wrestling.
No. They did not buy AAA. They acquired AAA.
Okay, so they acquired AAA, so they have all these new luchadors that they're going to have and stuff like that, and they are going to be pushing Dirty Dom as their top heel, I believe, as justifiably so. I would. It's already there. It's just so easy,
man.
I just brought it up just because I was just happy about that. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the matter, it's still about Christine.
Why did Dom have one?
So we didn't get to the songs. My favorite song, and I don't even know the name of the fucking song, is whenever she would repair herself and is
love you like I.
No,
it wasn't that one.
Was it at the hop?
Oh,
love you. Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the hop, oh baby.
Let's go to the hop.
A lot of people wanted to use "Bad to the Bone" because that was her theme song.
Oh, okay.
Because at the beginning of the movie, it started with "Bad to the Bone," and at the end of the movie, it bookended it with "Bad to the Bone." So, a little known fact: George Thorogood, the guy that sings "Bad to the Bone," was supposed to be there at the trash compactor when they smashed Christine, and was supposed to be like, "Oh, yep, it's done over there," blah blah blah. But allegedly, because it's not in the movie, the acting was so bad. They tried so many times that they were just like, "Fuck it, we'll cut it out. It's bad. We don't need it." And that's when they
fucked that up.
Hey, he's a singer. Some people, they got their things and they're not left hand, right hand talented. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so, man. I'm just always one to try to do things in one take. The first take is always the best for me.
Yeah.
Not always.
To me, it is.
Not always.
Let's just say that when I made my wait. You know what? That's the Deborah. That's the second time today. You already this my whole. This my prime. My barbecue style. My styling. You know what I'm saying? Now you sit up there talking all this other stuff. You know what I mean? You know, I don't.
It's Talk Shit Tuesday.
Talk Shit Tuesday.
Talk Shit Tuesday here on Best of the Pod.
I'm gonna talk shit to whoever.
As I laugh at my 7-Up commercial laugh.
Or an evil Jamaican in a horror movie. They always gave every evil Jamaican you know what I'm talking about, right? That one laugh.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, pod people, every pod person from Club 3P all the way down to newbies, and I don't mean up to down, but yeah, pod people all the way, every single pod person out there. Here's a question for you. I want to start doing a question per pod, right? It's hot. It's a South Texas day. It's 110 degrees. You're walking down I-35. No, you're walking down 10 between Houston and San Antonio. Ain't nothing but highway and some ugly ass broccoli looking little trees. Right? You finished your water already. You got the sweat coming down your neck and the salt's already baked into your shirt. Christine drives up. A car that looks just like Christine. Do you get in?
That's the easy question.
No, sir. Didn't like it.
Is she who's driving?
The tent is
It doesn't
dark.
matter because I don't hitchhike.
The tent is dark, so you can't see in the window stay up.
I'm not getting in. I'm not getting in. I don't hitchhike. I don't get in cars with strangers. You know, I have trouble with Ubers. I have trouble with Ubers and taxi cars, okay?
Would you get in, Josh?
Hell no.
Oh,
Nope.
man.
I'm like,
Hey,
my stop.
I didn't tell you guys what happened to me. Go ahead. What did you say, Deb?
I said my stop is just up the hill. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
I mean,
Right,
I
right.
made it this far.
I didn't tell you guys what happened to me at Walmart this week.
Oh shit.
So I'm at the store, right?
Wait. Let's shift gears. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Walmart.
All right, so that was fucking beautiful. So I'm at Walmart, right, buying a pair of shoes for my kid, right? Because she needs some quick sneakers or something like that. She said she needed for something. So I said, okay, we'll go to right in Walmart to get it, right? So Walmart has all these cameras set up in there in the store, right?
Where you can see yourself.
They have cameras everywhere. Big Brother's watching you completely at Walmart, right? I see this.
Is it the one that has the little screen right here and it says "We are watching"? Or like when you go into the shave department? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't mean to step on your story.
Oh, go ahead. It was the shave department and what?
When you go into the shave department out here, right? They have all the razors, and then they have the beard dye, and then they have the beard dye in a section where the camera's pointing at, because apparently people steal razors and beard dye.
Oh, they're very expensive.
Yeah, so it has the cameras right there with to point out that we can see you. Is that the kind of camera? Or are you talking about the ones just up on the roof?
No, they're just the ones like that.
Okay.
All right, so they got them all the way around, right? So I turn and I look, and I see this Joker wearing a fucking disguise, walking around Walmart in a disguise.
What do you mean by disguise?
Is he a celebrity?
He had these big black sunglasses on, right? He had a hair bonnet on, right? Covering up his whole head, a female's hair bonnet, so you couldn't see up on it and everything. Basically, he was in disguise.
Maybe he had a new perm.
No, he ain't had no new perm, Josh. That Joker was in disguise, man.
Did he happen to be a high melanin count person?
No. What do you mean a high melanin count person?
Melanin.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Did he look more like me or more like you?
I couldn't tell. He had the big glasses and the...
Right, he was under disguise, Josh.
Did he have a long nose?
My question is, since he had a bonnet on, was he a brother or not?
Yes. I could tell that it was a black dude that was underneath there.
Maybe
he was one of our brothers, but he did have a disguise on. Now, if you was in the store and saw somebody wearing a disguise, you know what I'm saying? Would you let them into the store?
First of all,
like the greeter.
First of all, it's Walmart.
Do you know what kind of people they let in?
There used to be a website. I don't know if they still had it, called People of Walmart, of all the fucked up people. I made People of Walmart. I didn't make the website. I was one of the weirdos they put on People of Walmart one time.
You were on one of the people. What did you do?
I had a there's a songwriter slash rap. It used to be a rapper, but he's more of a songwriter. Long before Jelly Roll did it, named Big B, and he had a tour shirt that said tattooed.
It white,
dirty, tattooed, shit talking, white trash motherfucker.
What?
On the back of the shirt, and I had that shirt on. It was like 3:00 in the morning, back when Walmart was 24/7. And here's the thing: so like all these people, they were like, "Oh my God, look, somebody took a picture of you from behind," and they were blah blah blah. Then they knew it was me because my whatever, right? Little did anybody know, and I'll come out here and say this right now. Deborah took the picture, and I sent it in. The fuck? So to all my friends and family that 20 years ago reached out, and they're like, "You're on peopleofwalmart.com." I know. I sent it in. We took like 6 or 7 photos just to get the right photo to where my face was in the picture, too. So...
Josh was all posing in the
So
aisle.
you're talking about somebody in a disguise, big glasses, got a bonnet on. Maybe he had long hair. He had slept over at somebody's house. He had that extra emergency bonnet on him.
What was he dressed like?
He had a fresh wave going on or
he
something.
Was dressed like a dude in a disguise, Deb.
No, but I know his glasses and his hat, his bonnet thing, but what were his clothes like? Was he wearing a trench coat?
I was gonna say it's only a disguise if you got a trench coat with the collar up, and then you got the Hamburglar thing across your eyes and a fedora, like on the Neighborhood Watch.
The nose is long.
Yeah, had that little pointy nose.
No, he didn't have any of that. He just had the bonnet on like that. You know, and what?
Neighborhood Watch.
Yeah. No.
Twisting the mustache.
Indubitably. But you see the person and it's just like their shadow, but it's them. Like it's not a shadow, but it looks like a shadow.
Looking like the bad guy from Rocky and Bullwinkle, but not short and fat, tall and skinny.
Yep.
Okay. I know that guy, Boris.
We must get Moose and Squirrel.
You got paid. Can I say what happened to me?
Go ahead, Deborah.
What happened to you, Deborah?
Cobb, did you get to finish your story about Walmart?
That was the story about Walmart. I still haven't talked about this Murs concert from last night, though.
We'll save that for that. We'll save that for the end. We'll save that for the end. Especially where the Club 3P's getting the footage that you're putting out.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What happened to you, Deb?
It's kind of supernatural, but not supernatural. I say,
what?
So it scared me, right?
Scared?
So I was looking for some what do you call them? The dog clippers that I had just bought for my dogs.
Oh,
right?
no shit. Yeah.
So
this podcast not brought to you by dog clippers from Amazon.
And I was looking for some cameras that we had. So one of our rooms we have like as a storage thing, right? And something told me to go in there and go and look. So I went in there, and on the floor there's a box. So when Toys R Us was closing, they had these little like stuffed animals that you squeeze, and they had
we're gonna put video of it on Cast of the Pod.
Yeah. And so they have like little, like their mouth is shaped like an O. And
looks like a Cheerio.
You squeeze it and it goes, woo, woo, woo.
Okay.
Right?
Got these like 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago.
I don't know where, did you take them out? Like, I don't know where they came out from.
I forgot we had them.
And they were like on the top of, they were on the floor, but they were on the top of a pile. I don't know what it was. So I saw them. I was like, hey, I hadn't seen those in a long time. I grabbed one, and I squeezed it, and it went, I was like, oh, maybe the battery's running low or something. So I grabbed another one because we had a box like 20 of them.
Because at Walmart, they were selling...
Toys R Us.
The Toys R Us. Whenever the Toys R Us was closing down, and they were like $15 each, and they were selling these motherfuckers for like 87 cents. It was a weird number.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, let's get all of them. We'll film a video for it.
So I grabbed another one, and it did the same thing, right?
Okay.
I only grabbed two. I put it back in the box, and then I looked, and I was like, oh, look, there's the cameras. So I grabbed the cameras, and I turned around to get out of the room to go show Josh that I found the cameras. And then I hear, see you later, see you later, see you later.
See you later.
So these little things, when you didn't mess with them anymore, it would say, see you later.
How are they going to have batteries 15 years later? Deb, let's pause it right now.
Deborah, throw them all away right now.
No, they're going in the trash tomorrow.
No,
yes.
Tomorrow is trash day. Deb, go get one. We get one or two, please.
Get rid of them now. I wouldn't even sleep with them things in the house.
If I don't come back.
Riverside, if you're listening to this right now, Deb came back. In the magic of editing, you didn't know that she was gone. They were called singamajigs. They love singing together. Includes 2 AAA batteries. Dispose of batteries safely. Right?
Okay. What you got? Oh, Lord Jesus. What the hell is that?
Wait.
Are you serious right now?
Nothing comes out.
No sound. Ah! Did you hear it?
I just heard clicking.
That's what it did.
Okay, let's see if this will make sense.
That's not cool.
These are the only 2 that you brought, Deb?
What?
Yeah. See, right here, they're supposed to start singing.
Ooh.
But when they know they're around other ones, do I have any AAA batteries on here?
That's crazy, dude.
No, but so the thing is...
So I only pressed 2 of them, right? And then so when I was walking out, It said, see you. Did it say something?
Yes, as I'm trying to take the battery out, it was like, no.
That's what happens when you got delayed power sources, bro. Things just run over, man, and crazy shit. I mean, those things are pretty cool, though.
And it said, see you later 3 times, like 3 different ones.
Look, and it's got a screw on here, so it's not like you can just change the batteries. I was going to change the battery right now, but.
Oh, wow.
So what I want to know is, where did the third one come from when I only pressed 2?
Why did it start singing it? Singamajigs. Love singing together. So they know when they're around other ones? What the fuck? Made by Mattel.
Yep,
Yeah, it's all radioactive, bro. It's built off the same, what's those Scruffies or Kirby's or whatever those things were? Or
Furbies. I got one of those somewhere.
Furbies. Yeah, right. It's the same
An
thing.
Original Furby.
Oh, dude.
I'm going to switch the batteries out and make a video with these things before Deb throws them away tomorrow. Before we get to, we're teasing Cobweb's breakdown of the Murs concert.
Oh, man.
We didn't hear the Singamajigs say what they were supposed to say, but you know what I did hear?
What did you hear?
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring out the calculadora de doom, the motherfucking calculator of doom. This is when we rate the movie that we were trying to talk about today, which was the 1983 classic Christine. We rate it from a 0 to a 5, being probably never going to watch it ever again. 5.1 up to 10. We're going to watch it again, 10 being the best, 0 being the worst. All right? So, usually Cobweb and Deb go. We want one of them to fight over it, heads or tails, who goes. I'm going to go first today if y'all don't mind.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So, going back and watching this movie and going back to when I first saw it way back in the day, nothing's changed. I still love the movie as much as I did back then. It never really scared me. So for our pod people that are, not very horror friendly or anything like that, I think you can watch it. It's not like Cujo. Cujo gave me some like, nah, fuck dogs. But I love dogs now. But it's not like I saw this movie and I'm like, ooh, cars. Cars are already scary enough as it is with assholes behind the wheels.
True that.
But yeah, so I'm gonna give the movie a 7.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Who's next?
Let me jump in. You want to sue Deb or I got it?
You can go.
Thank you, Deborah. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to give this movie a 9.
Nice.
I like Christine. I thought that, this box of cereal was always tight. I've watched it multiple times and I never get tired of watching it. You always pick up on something a little bit or something like that. And then would it be in high definition now and stuff like that, where you can see it looks so clear now than it did from back in the day. It's a good story. It's a really good horror story where it's not over the top, scary or a lot of blood or anything else like that. But it's a really good story and it's got a lot of depth to it. So like I said, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Nice. Cobweb with a 9. That's taking us up to a 16. Deb?
I'm going to give it a 9 also.
9.
I really, really, really like this movie. I couldn't give it a 10. I don't know. It's not one of my top 10. That's why I didn't give it a 10, but it's up there. So, and it is a movie that I'll be like, hey, I want to watch Christine. And I'm sorry, I'm just paying attention to these things.
My camera's about to die out, by the way. The battery on my camera.
But yeah.
Oh, man.
Give it a
9. So altogether, Cast the Pod, we give it an 8.3.
That's not bad.
That's decent.
Well, I think that's what we gave the last movie, also an 8.3.
I think so.
But go ahead, Cobweb. Tell us about Murs.
Oh, my brother. First, I want to say a big shout out to Damon Deshawn, who showed up at the concert last night.
Nice.
Which was pretty dope. You get to see hang out with Damon for a little bit. Me and a flower child, we chilled out a little bit. We hit one of these cannabis bars across the street from the Sub T, which is pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? So I had me a nice cup of coffee, infused cup of coffee, and she had a hot cocoa marshmallow cocoa, infused. It was feeling really nice. We went in there. The Subterranean is pretty tight. Merce put on a great show, man. It was really good. He played all the hits. If you had a request or something like that, or a song you wanted to hear from a time frame, he played it. He did it. It was good.
Did he play Fly?
Good. Yes, he did. Yes, okay. He did. Yes, he did. And that's the first thing he said when he saw me. He was like, "Yo, Cobweb looking fly." So I did get a chance to talk to him. I got he gave me one of his tour books that he has. So If anybody catches him on tour, he has these tour books that he has from his that's pretty good with pictures and stuff like that. That's pretty nice. He gave me one of those autographed. And I also talked to him about he's got that new album coming out. His last album.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I got the VIP the sweet one.
Nice.
Yes. I got the high stakes one. Cost me a little bit of penny, but I'd be waiting for it to show up. But I think he only made 316 copies of it. So I told him, I said, I wanted number 316.
I don't know. Maybe he'd keep that one for himself.
I don't know. I told him I wanted. He said, I got it. I want that last episode. I want that last album. I want that last one. Number 316. I'll take it. Man. But it was a good show. It was a good show, man. He had some good opening acts too, but he was the headliner, justifiably so,
I hear that some of the footage you recorded is going to go on Patreon.
Oh, for sure. Nice. I know it's like one of those videos I think Damon Deshawn recorded as well, that he sent out and stuff like that. D was having a pretty good time, man. He had a really nice time, man.
We need to get Damon back on the pod. We need to get Murs back on the pod.
Man, everybody wants to come back on the pod, bro. We just, it's just all about schedules, about them coming back on with us, Like
everybody
down, say,
Rob
look, you're coming on next week. You here?
Everybody except Rob. Everybody except Rob Hines. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue.
Dude, the next person we got to get on is King, bro. We can't have anybody else on till we get King on this motherfucker, man.
It's hard to get him on Instagram, let alone have the time
to get the conductor on.
Yes,
I understand. This is the way it is, bro. That's the way it is. But yeah, we got to get some more people back on here sooner or later. But hey, you know what? I'm still enjoying this time with us anyway. Besides, we still haven't decided what movie we're going to do next week.
Yeah,
which car movie?
We were going to do what was the movie? I forgot now. I'm going to have to go back to the podcast. Yes, The Wraith.
Josh,
what?
Put this on.
Yeah, see? They even shared it on Vibe 107.5, the local station. That was the T-shirt.
Yeah, I remember that T-shirt.
Yeah. So,
that's when everybody was wearing those towel jackets. Did you ever see those?
That was when everybody was wearing flea market shit. Dude, I had that trying to be fucking I had that 8-ball jacket. That red and yellow and green jacket with the 8-ball on the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had that one.
Yeah, we couldn't have 8-ball jackets too much out here in Chicago. But if you had 8-ball jackets, that means you was slanging.
Well, there was a Mexican gang here during my mid-high school that claimed the 8-ball. And so that ended up being their sign. It was like, I had this jacket first. I had this jacket first.
I don't know, these things haven't said see you later.
I'll change the batteries on it. We'll see. But yeah, anybody else have anything, Deb, Cobb, you want to add to today's episode?
It was fun.
I'm good, man. Hey, just out there, man, if you get a chance to catch out Big Murs out on tour, do it as soon as you can. And pump up the new single he's got, Enjoy, which is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard that one, that's pretty hot. That's one of my favorite ones. He closed out the show with that one.
What's the video where he was playing basketball against the kids at the rec center?
Which is at the rec league. Oh my God, it's drawing a blank now.
All the people that had a problem with that video, fuck you. You see that? People are mad. Oh, why do they have children? Watch the fucking video. There is nothing wrong with that video. There's nothing, whatever. Anyone who had a problem with it, fuck you. I'll tell you that right now.
Man, I keep telling you, jokers, man. You know what? That song, that One Cut, Enjoy, is freaking dope as fuck. You know, he listened to me too. I told him, I was like, man, you got to start playing that at the end. You got to let people hear that. You know, and he started playing at the end of the shows, man. That's the real thing.
Dog?
Yeah, he did Okie Dog too.
Oh, okay.
He did all that junk. He did Yesterday and Today. He did all of it, man. He if it was a song that you wanted to hear by Merce, he did it.
I bet you he didn't have John Cena there again. No. Look up Murs and John Cena if you don't know what I'm talking about. Look it up. All right, yo. I think we're done. My red light went from blink to blink like that right now.
That's it, baby. That's another one in the books.
We are the Cast of the Pod podcast. Hit us up on all social medias, Cast of the Pod. Until next time, I'm Josh.
Cobweb in the house, baby.
And I'm Deb.
And thank you for listening to us. Thank you for letting us in your ear holes. Until next time, Deb.
See you later, everybody.
That's not what we said.
That's not the catchphrase.
Oh, you have been warned.
My God.